Welcome back, hope everyone's having a good week. Thanks for watching my last video. If you're new to the channel, I post videos about my investing journey every week. In this video, I'll be talking about how I lost a lot of money when I started investing. Hopefully it will teach you guys what not to do when you start investing. Before I quickly give a brief portfolio update, I'll give a bit of an introduction on myself and how I got started investing. I'm 24 years old. I currently work as a financial analyst at an ASX 200 company. So I began investing when I graduated university, which was just over 2 years ago. When I graduated, I basically had $0 in my bank account, or close to $0 in my bank account. I had also just gone traveling overseas, used up my last bit of money. Bruh. But before you think that I was stupid for doing that, I actually had a grad job lined up before I decided to spend all that money. If I didn't, I obviously would have saved that money for a rainy day. So luckily I was recruited into an ASX 200 company after graduation, which is still where I'm at now. So after I got my first couple of paychecks, I was like, wow, this is more money than I've ever seen in my bank account my whole life. So I decided to start Googling how to invest, investing for dummies, investing for beginners, etc. So I started investing. Now I say investing with quotation marks because I really wasn't investing. I was really gambling my money in the markets. Pretty much putting money in, closing my eyes, praying and hoping the markets would go up. Unluckily, I dived into a black hole of day trading. This was when I lost $4,500, but I was able to claw myself out of that hole, and it's only been up from there. So before I dive into the juicy story, I'm going to quickly give a brief portfolio update on what happened over this week. So the portfolio is currently sitting at $66,021. Over the course of the week, the portfolio has been able to make a capital gain of 3.2%, which equates to $2,082, $13 in dividends, which comes from realty income, and we've made a currency loss of 1.2%, which is about $770. That brings us to a total return of 1.3 thousand, which is almost a bit over 2%. So the key contributors to this week's returns are Dicker Data and Macquarie Group. Dicker Data returning just under $780 and Macquarie Group returning under $450. So on the ASX this week, the net return was just over 1.3k, and the US was pretty much flat. Not too much else to update on. I haven't made any contributions this week. I haven't bought anything, and I also haven't sold anything as well. It's also worth noting that if any of you guys are holding any US holdings, you have to take into account either currency gains or currency losses if you're going to cash out the money in the short term. But in the long term, I guess you can always wait till there's a good exchange rate before you exchange your money back from USD to AUD. Alright, now let's get into the good stuff about how I lost $4,500. So right now, as you guys probably know, the buy now pay later space is pretty much the new hype. And back a couple of years ago, there was a milk powder / infant formula hype. Literally anyone could have opened up a company in the Cayman Islands and had a milk powder packaging tin and called it anything that they wanted, and it would have made triple-digit returns. So a couple of stocks that may ring a bell that were really well known during that time were A2 Milk and Bellamy's, who are also the market leaders today. There's also Bubs as well. Pretty much the rest of the other infant formulas / milk powder companies really didn't make it out. So during this time, I thought it was a good idea to start investing into infant formula companies, and I thought I was gonna double my paychecks, cash my money, but I ended up buying into this company called Jet Energy, which did the complete opposite. just to provide a bit of context, the company had a market cap of around 200 million at the time. It had just gone up 2,200% in less than 5 months, literally from 1 cent to 23 cents. So putting that into perspective, if you had invested $1,000, it would have netted you a $22,000 profit. And if you did a $10,000 investment, you would have almost netted $250,000. So pretty much at this point, I was looking into the company's financials, I was looking at the board of directors, and then I was looking at what sort of products that they had. And then I came across an announcement in April 2018 saying JAT has completed the acquisition of 51% of the Golden Koala Group. And then about a month later, they had another announcement saying JAT's 51% owned subsidiary, Golden Koala Group, has developed a new OPO formula for milk products for the Australian and overseas markets. And then the first product was the Golden Koala Premium Infant Formula, which is for stage 1 newborns to 6 months. And then they had the second product, which was the Premium Follow-Up Formula, so that was stage 2 for 6 to 12 months. And then they had a third product, which pretty much piggybacked off the other two products, is the Premium Toddler Milk Drink, so stage 3 for 1 to 3 years old. And then they had another product which was High Calcium Golden Koala Full Cream Instant Milk Powder. So all these 4 products were pretty much in the CFDA approval process. And for those that don't know what the CFDA is, it's the China Food and Drug Administration. So pretty much once you get the CFDA approval process, it's a lottery ticket to start selling on big e-commerce sites in China like JD.com. So pretty much after that announcement, I had a look at another announcement. So this one says, JAT to open cornerstone retail outlet, JAT Maternity and Children, 3-year shop lease rent free. So then I started scrolling through, having a look at a bit of the pictures. They don't look too real because they're artist impressions, right? And then I get to the end. There's a picture overlapping the other picture, which maybe it's a mistake, but it would have looked a bit more professional if they didn't overlap that picture, but it's not too big of a deal. And then I had a look at the financials. So I was looking at the total revenue. So from 2016, it was close to $1 million. And then suddenly in 2017, it jumped to 10 mil. So I was like, oh, okay, so at least they're doing something right. I had a look at the board of directors. So here I see the managing director, Mr. Yao, has strong connections with overseas investors, especially from mainland China, and he has worked closely with Australian government organisations and local companies to promote successful investment projects for Chinese investors. So I was like, okay, pretty much this is the perfect ingredients. Like, you got a director that has relationships in China, and then you got the milk formula products, and you have an increasing revenue. What else is there? What else do I need, right? So I didn't give it too much thought. In the span of a couple of weeks, I put in about $7,750, and pretty much we didn't hear too much for the second half of the year of 2018. It was like everyone became Houdini. So now I want to show you guys where I bought JAT. So the first batch that I made was $2,000 at literally the peak, with an average price of 24 cents. And then I bought another batch, $1,000 batch, at an average price of 21 cents, 21.5 cents, sorry. And the final batch, which was $4,750 at an average price of 19 cents. So literally I was averaging down as the price came down. So then, I've had enough. Once I saw it go to 9 cents, I was like, I have to at least preserve some capital, and pretty much sold everything for $3,400. So looking back now, I did make a good decision at that time to sell everything, but not to buy JATs. So I'm hoping that you guys learn from my experience of not trying to buy into the hype and actually doing some research. So if I do a quick Google search of golden koala infant formula, there's pretty much no website for this product. If I go to images, pretty much all the images are just from JAT Energy, and then I don't even know if this company still exists. So moral of the story is, don't start trading or investing in microcaps. Stick to index investing, and then as you do more research, you can spice up your investing life and venture out into more sophisticated investing styles. So again, if you're just starting, stick with ETFs or ASX 200 companies, or even S&P 500 companies. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the thumbs up and drop a comment. Otherwise, I'll see you guys and girls next week. Enjoy.